What's up, guys? We're here with $75 player Chad Kaplan, top 8 San Jose. Today we top 8 our locals. Bearded Collectibles, shout out. It's our home locals, our home store. Shout out to the best sponsor out to Toronto. What do we got here today, Chad?
So we're playing Baby. This is mono red with overwhelm cards in it. On the front, he's the generic. When you swing at a leader, draw a card, and when you awaken, untap 2 energy, which has been super helpful. There's some really cool plays you can do with it. On the backside, he's probably one of the most interesting leaders. So auto, when this card attacks, you draw a card, and then you choose one of your guys to lose 10k battle power, and you choose one of their guys to lose 10k battle power. And part of the game mechanic is if their battle cards go to 0, their cards get KO'd. And there's a lot of ways that we can reduce battle power in this deck, so it's very important, and it comes up. So for the deck, we're gonna run 4 super combos.
Oh, not only that, but you neglected to mention that not only is it a machine mutant, it's also a Great Ape and a Red Sand.
Yeah, on the backside, it's on the front, it's just a machine mutant. On the backside, it's a machine mutant, Great Ape, and a Saiyan. So you can play some cards. It doesn't come up in this deck, but there are cards you can play for that, like Unending Awakening as the negate. But so for the deck, we're gonna run 4 super combos. For some reason, Bandai hates red, and they won't give them any interesting super combos. Didn't even get one in Colossal Warfare, so either run Handy Giru or Divine Ape Vados. Both of them are the same, interchangeable.
You don't play the Searcher?
I don't play the Searcher. That searches out a machine mutant, but if you do, you play Giru. If you play the Searcher for a god, you play Divine Ape Vados. The whole reason we're playing this leader for Revenge Death Ball. This card is insane. What it does is for 1 energy, you can put 10k on your leader. It has to go on your leader. But more importantly, it subtracts 15k from an opponent's battle card, and it's Activate Battle. So it has a similar interaction to the Shugesh Kid Goku, where they can combo up to 200,000, and if it was a 15k base card, this card just instantly pops it, battle is ended, there's no card attacking, which is absolutely insane. It comes up where people go in on Kabas or something like that. Even, there were times where I left up 2 energy and 2 Revenge Death Balls, and they would have had to swing with something higher than 30k to be able to threaten my life. So it kills all these pesky 1-drops in the early game. Your Kabas, your Trunks, your new Gohan 1-drop that crits. So best card in the deck, potentially the best card in the set, but you have to be playing this leader. The next card we're playing is for Vengeful Assault. This card is interesting. It's utilized really well with the 1-drops that take a life and gain 10k.
So what does it do?
So when you can activate main for 1 energy, your leader has to be Baby, or Machine Mutant actually. So you can choose Mew, but you can choose a 1-drop, or not a 1-drop, anything with 15k power or less, and it untaps and it gains 5k power. So I'll show you the cards that we mostly use it with are Intensifying Trunks, Intensifying Power Trunks.
That's pretty cool. It's almost like a flute for red a little bit, at least for this leader.
Somewhat. It's like the flute unyielding combo, but you just do it with this card, but you don't get the energy on tap. So
right.
So this card says it's basically like Kaba from set 1, but it gains crit instead of double strike. When you swing with this card, you can take a life. It gains critical and 10k power, and that 10k power stays with it, which is important because our Vengeful Onslaught, since he's now 15k, we can pay 1, untap him, after we swung with crit, and we can swing with him again at 20k because this gives it 5k. And then we have the option to choose to take a life again and bring him up to 30k. And I did that through a chomp on it, 40k double strike crit. You're going to take that most likely. The other card we can play with it is Kaba. Saying Kaba from set 1. This card, when he attacks, you can choose to take a life.
Yeah, I think we all know what this card does.
Double strike 10k, same interaction with Vengeful Assault. And there's actually some interesting things you can do with your leader, because your leader actually minuses 10k from one of your battle cards. So typically you swing when you have an empty board, or you'll swing with a battle card first and then swing with your leader, so you can minus it 10k after it already got its value. So if you have a 20 or 25k battle card, you can swing with that battle card, then swing with your leader to put him in the 15k threshold of Vengeful Assault, and untap him, give him 5k, and swing with him again. So there's a couple cards that this comes up in this deck, but I haven't abused the ability yet. So next we're playing 4 Furthering Destruction Champa, because set 1 I just had some nostalgia. It's just great with Intensifying Power Trunks.
Right.
Double strike crits.
Yeah, double strike crit's been pretty good so far.
A lot of the cards in this deck don't double strike, so just having that threat is always great. The next thing we play works extremely well with Intensifying Power Trunks. We've got our 4 Chain Attack Trunks, and he's so good. He is 3 red, so you have to play him in a mostly red deck, but he does evolve for just 2 red on top of this guy, or himself. So
a lot of people don't know that this card actually can attack cards, battle cards in active mode.
Especially our cameraman, team captain, Patrick Cole.
Yeah, you know, it's like when people just bring out the Zeno, they have to shuffle it right back immediately. So, you know, the people don't usually use this card to actually, like, battle with it.
Yeah, you can actually use this to bring out either Trunks or Cabo, which I did several times. It's great if you're not awakened, or if you're just going for game and you just want to grab all your life to make sure you kill them, because it can be scary once you drop that and another threat. And then the best target for Trunks currently.
Yep, obviously Zeno, reset the game, reset the board. Very good.
Just
ignores barrier. Yeah. That card's scary.
And like usually you save your leader swing, so you draw a card after the Zeno, so you're just starting cards up. Zeno gets an attack. They have to either take it or waste a card. So it just resets the game, but really tips it in your favor.
Right.
There was a really cool interaction where I had today that someone used Foreseeing Hit on me. He took 2 cards from my hands, put them in my warp, and then on my turn, I went, okay, I'm going to chain attack Zeno, and then at the end of my turn, I did kill him that turn, but I would have gotten those 2 cards from warp, so I would have been even farther ahead.
So he Foreseeing Hit you, but he didn't take the chain attack or the Zeno.
I didn't have the Zeno in my hand. He gave it to me when he swung later that turn.
Ah, okay.
And he hadn't seen Zeno, so he didn't know I was playing it that game.
Right.
We played a little baby package, which honestly, I didn't play too much. I would definitely think about cutting this card, or this entire line that I'm about to show, but it is very interesting. It can bring out some really powerful things. There's just a couple downsides that I'll talk about during it. So baby, he's a 1-drop, 1k, because he needed to be 1k for whatever reason. He has Union Absorb, so the wording on this card is kind of tricky, but you use a battle card from your fields, because battle cards are only talking about cards in the battle area.
Right.
You put it underneath baby. It has to have baby name. Put it underneath baby. Or the card you put underneath doesn't have to have baby name. But you put it underneath, and you grab a card with the same name as the card you put underneath that is a baby. So I'll show you why that's kind of interesting and tricky to deal with.
Okay.
So the best target for that card, we have our 4 Daily Training Vegeta. So this card is a Vegeta GT, but he's a great card to put underneath Baby. So you put down your Baby for 1 energy, and then for 2 energy, you put down your Daily Training Vegeta. When you play him, you draw a card, and then you can activate Baby's Union Absorb and throw Vegeta underneath, and then he brings out Baby with the same name as the card that was put underneath, which is Saiyan Strength Baby. So let's go into this card. Playing 4 Saiyan Strength Baby. This is just one of those cards you want in your deck. If you ever draw into it, you just immediately mulligan it back because Baby does grab from deck. Charge it if you get it almost immediately, unless you need a 5K. He is a 5K combo. So he's a double striker, which is important. And when you play him, he draws a card, and he also can choose one of my opponent's battle cards and subtracts 20K from them. So he kills any 20K card that doesn't have barrier. Or if I'm awakened, I can give something minus 20K, and my leader can give him the other 10K to kill a 30K, which happened once. And then the last one, the SR Baby, playing 3 Apocal Grudge Great Ape Baby.
All right, what does this card do?
So he evolves on top of this Saiyan Strength Baby for 4, and he is a triple striker, and once per turn, when this card attacks, or when my opponent plays a battle card, I draw a card, and I minus it 20K, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, 20K. So it kills things. The only thing is it's an auto, so it has to happen the first time they play something. If they have a clear board and they play a barrier guy, your effect fizzles. But drawing on my turn and my opponent's turn, it's pretty good. It's just none of these cards have barrier, so they're all very susceptible to die, which isn't the best thing in the format. Even though removal has gotten less prevalent. And then for the last cards in the deck, we're playing 4 Time Patrol Trunks. Card's just great. It can grab my extra cards, which are some of the best cards in the game, if not the best cards in the game. Revenge Death Ball is just so good. And I think we all know what he does. He looks at the top 2, grabs one, puts the other one on the top or bottom.
Right. Yeah, we know what that card does.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this leader one time. That is a big leader. Where on earth did you find a top loader for that guy?
Actually at our local store here, Bearded Collectibles, Alec Pastrana, great store owner, selling them for only $1 a piece. It was a bargain. Had to get all 7 for all of my big leaders.
Yeah, that's a lot of plastic there.
Yeah, it feels really nice. So basically, I didn't use the baby package so much with this deck, but just pressuring with the 1-drops, having the defensive power of the Revenge Death Ball, and just the utility of the Chain Attack Trunks into the Zeno or any other card.
So how are your matchups?
Those are pretty solid.
You got first in Swiss, but
Yeah, so I got first in Swiss.
What was your loss to?
My loss was to. What was my loss to?
Mirror, right?
Yes, my loss was to the. All right, so this was a point where I had topped the tournament already, and I was kind of having fun with the deck, trying to see what it could do. So I went super aggro, probably making some misplays, but I just wanted to have fun at that point. I intensifying Trunks, 40K double strike crit.
Okay.
It was so fun, and I didn't leave up energy for Revenge Death Ball, even though I had some in hand, which is never a good. If you have Revenge Death Ball, you should probably keep it live.
What happened in top 8? What did you lose in top 8?
Top 8, I lost to some scrub playing a Goku lineage deck. He must have sacked me. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, maybe maybe Goku's lineage is more trouble than people give it credit for, and maybe it just might be better than this deck here. What are your shout outs?
Shout out to my roommate Patrick Cole, team captain of Team Bearded, and just helping me build the deck, sharing cards, and really helping me out. And then just really just shout out to Matthew Coombs for the deck.